In our last episode, we found out one big old cedar tree didn't make near enough siding to cover the walls of our newly framed shed. So this time around, we attempt to remedy the situation so we can move on to something else.
Good morning. Well, it's another day out here. We didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. Got a little bit of siding up, built the door, so I guess that's some progress. Not as much as I'd hoped, but today's a new day. Yesterday, once the snow really started coming down, we decided to call it a day and do some adult stuff. We got showers, laundry, and groceries. All things that make us, well, civilized, even though we're not. So today we need a tree to keep going. This little shed has kicked my butt. It's taken forever. And a big part of that is just chasing lumber non-stop. So today I really think I need one cedar tree to finish the siding, but I'm probably going to take two just so we can make a pile and be done with it. So right here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a four-way junction. A bunch of old logging roads. We really need to widen some of these roads so we can get through. So we're going to take some of these trees right off the side of the road. That'll be double duty. We'll get some siding and we'll widen the road a little bit. And this guy right here, it's dead. It's got to come down anyways. Got one more just up the road that is kind of in the same situation. Perfect shot! How's it look, Brenda?
Looks good. Not even rotten inside. Sometimes the old ones are rotten inside.
Guys, are high five?
Yep. You didn't even kill yourself. I'm so proud of you.
Yep, actually this one might get more lumber out of it than I thought. I was a little nervous it'd be rotten inside like the last one we took, but this one's clean as a whistle. That's good news. So I think we might fire up the old tractor, drag this thing out, and we'll see about that other tree. I don't know if I want to mess with that today now that this one looks so good. I don't know. Tractor time. Well, look at this. It's snowing again. I was going to go get the backhoe and limb this thing up, drag it out, but I think I'm just going to take care of this next tree now, because once this snow really gets thick, this road getting out of here is, well, it's pretty steep. Some drainage ditches on the side, and makes it a little more difficult if this is buried in snow. So I'm gonna go down here, take care of another tree, and hopefully beat this snow before it gets too thick. All right, back to it. All right, this is the next one. This one is a little more concerning because, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a whole bunch of bug holes. Lots of them. I don't know if the camera can pick up the sound, but it sounds a little rotten on the bottom, so I've been leaving these stumps a little bit high so we can pull them out with a backhoe, give it a little leverage on them. But this one may even be left a little higher just so we can cut above the rot, and that gives the tree more hinge wood when it falls, so it doesn't, well, if you got a rotten tree, you got a risk of barber chairing, which if you don't know about that, Google it. Barber chair. It's scary. People die from it every year. Mom, don't look it up. The other thing we got here is a little bit narrower of a path. You can see that little stump. That was from being logged about 30 years ago. Right there. We only got a couple of inches we can, well, shoot past to keep this falling in the road. If it hits that stump, it'll careen over into the woods, and, well, it's not the end of the world, but we'll see how good my aim is. I'll tell you that much right now. Timber. Oh, that was another perfect shot. This is kind of what I was afraid of with this one, all this rot in the middle. Hopefully we'll be able to get some good lumber out of it, or good siding boards. But the last big one we did like this, we lost probably the lower 10 feet of the log. There just wasn't anything good in there, maybe 8 feet. So I probably could have taken this back cut a little bit deeper, and made this hinge wood thinner. This is about an 1.5 inches thick here. Ideally you want maybe an inch. Whoop, tree's moving. But I really was worried about all this rot. I didn't know how much hinge wood we'd have, so I think all in all that was a pretty good cut, especially since it went exactly where it's supposed to. All right, limbing this up, getting the tractor, getting to milling. Snow's coming.
After we got those 2 trees drug out and our big pile of limbs cleaned up, Brenda wasted no time at all. She had the mill fired up and was cranking out boards just about as fast as the snow was falling down. And as fast as she was cranking them out, well, I was putting them up. And as soon as the snow let up, that gave me a chance to finally finish out our second door. end of another day, we were awfully close to being finished with this thing. But awfully close isn't quite finished.
Well, I'd say it snowed quite a bit. Supposed to keep coming down pretty hard for the next couple of days. 'Cause I don't know how much progress we're gonna get done, really. We only need a few more boards. Almost done! Well, at least with the shed. But last night, we ran into town to get some groceries. And we got stuck right there. So we camped out on the road. We may have to chain up just to move from there. Nice little spot to camp, I suppose, but it's sort of strange to get stuck in your own driveway. It's gorgeous out though. Just not the best working weather. It's been coming down pretty hard this morning. Fast enough that the snow will bury anything we set down. So I think we may take kind of a weather delay day. I don't know, just go for a hike in the snow. Kind of wish we had our cross-country skis, but we don't have them here. So, I don't know. Probably not going to be super productive today. Winter. All right, we'll talk later.
Just as I was thinking of taking the day off, it was pretty obvious Brenda had something else in mind.
Is that?
It's coming down so fast that I can't even clear the snow off before it's right back again. And there's so much snow.
And since the boss called for it, another log was going up on the mill.
Well, I'd say we made some progress. That right there is a pretty good pile of cedar siding that just fell over. But we got some stuff done. The snow let up. Now we got freezing rain and a big huge block of cedar left over. That's about a 6-inch thick slab of cedar. I don't know what we'll do with it, but we'll do something. It's gorgeous. So I think that might be it for a little while. Freezing rain is no fun. Maybe it's time for more coffee or lunch. I don't know. We'll talk to you later. We'll see what happens, but we definitely got enough siding cut to finish out this shed. I guess that's a good thing. All right, talk to you later.
After a good, strong cup of coffee and a break in the rain, we put in a solid effort and ended up with a finished shed just as the sun was going down.
How's your shed?
good. I'm a little fried, but it's good.
Well, look at this. We got ourselves a shed. It only took us 10 days to build it. Sort of. We had some weather delays, some logging delays, some lazy moments, but it's done. We can lock stuff up, get stuff out of the weather. That's a pretty good thing. And it smells incredible. Cedar's just amazing stuff. I can't say it's perfect because that would be a flat out lie, and I can't say it's 100% done, but very close. And I think more than anything, it was a good learning experience to use the mill and figure out how much lumber comes out of a tree. You'd be surprised at how little, depending on how big the tree is. It's all relative, but it took 5 trees worth of lumber to build the shed and the skids. I'll tell you about the skids in a second. And 3 whole trees of cedar to make the siding and the trim. That's a lot of trees. We did build this on skids because we haven't actually had this land long enough to really know if this is where we want this shed long term. We're still figuring this place out. So, in theory, if we decide we want to move this at some point, we can hook up the backhoe to the skids and drag it somewhere else. So, sacrificial skids, that actually took 2 trees to make those things. So, still, a lot of trees. Today we had a little break in the weather, so I didn't even bother with the camera because we were scrambling to get this thing done because we have a friend with a vacant house and we're gonna go there for a few days. Showers and laundry and warm up. It'll be great. So we'll be back in a little bit and we'll keep you posted when we got stuff to post. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.
Shedding's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, before we go, a lot of you asked if we're gonna live in this shed. We're not gonna live in a shed, we got a van. Why would we live in a shed? We have a van. It's tiny. And surprisingly, a van's not that great to live in the winter.
Yep. Oh, my arms are tired.
All right, see you later.